Story number 2 also has to do with a Senate Democrat leader. Weird. Dick Durbin, the number 2 Democrat in the Senate, announces he won't seek re-election. Well, one of them gets it. Dick, maybe go talk to Chuck. You and Chuck need to have a little conversation about what you guys are going to do in your retirement. Maybe you guys should retire close to each other so that he can feel like he's still got the same shit going on. I don't know. News agitator, at least on this one, it's being reported pretty centrally. So we got reporting on the left and the right, pretty equal distribution there for the most part. With a 79% high factuality or above. And we are going to look at a story from the week, which is right here. Independent, high factuality, leans left. So that's our agitator there. We'll look at a left-leaning article. So with Dick Durbin's retirement, where do Democrats go from here? The number 2 Senate Democrat's pending departure is a pivotal moment for the party looking for leadership in the second Trump administration. I don't know where the Democrats go from here. This is a huge question. I think that there is one clear name, one clear frontrunner above the rest. And like I said, I think that her name is gonna come up again, but maybe not for the Senate. You know, maybe she's meant for bigger things. Maybe there's a reason that Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton weren't the first female presidents of the United States. Maybe it's because we need to have one that's more organic and actually cares about the people. I think that she's an amazing person in politics. I think that she's doing things that nobody else is. Well, I mean, there are people doing and there are people emulating her, but if you think about it, she was the first person elected in this shake 'em up kind of deal. Where you've got people like Ilhan Omar and Jasmine Crockett on the left, but then you've got people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert on the right. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was the first person elected in that normal people of the people kind of sense that wasn't didn't seem like just a regular Washington politician. So anyway, that's my little rant about that. Let's go ahead and read this article. So it's been nearly 30 years since Dick Durbin became an Illinois senator, a lifetime in American politics, but now at age 80, Jesus Christ, our politicians are too old, y'all. He has spent 20 years in the Democrats' Senate whip, and his political career is nearing an end after announcing this week he will not seek re-election next year. The senator's looming departure comes as a pivotal time for Democrats as the party looks ahead to 2026 midterms. Durbin's retirement marks more than just the end of a political era. What did the commentators say? With his exit, Durbin is solidifying a generational shift within his party, said Politico, just as many of his colleagues and supporters have grown more eager and more vocal about ushering in younger Democratic leadership. Durbin's retirement will reverberate the Senate at a time when Democrats are embarking on an uphill slog to regain the majority, said the New York Times. There are good people in the wings, Durbin said to the outlet, explaining his decision to leave. He now joins a growing list of Democratic senators who are calling it quits ahead of the 2026 election. Speculation that Durbin would not seek re-election has grown for months, the Hill said, particularly earlier this month after he reported an anemic fundraising total for the first time in 3 years, or for the first 3 months of the year, Durbin's departure opens up the number 2 slot in the Senate Democratic leadership for the first time in 2 decades. While it gives Democrats another seat to defend in 2026, it also spares the party from the prospect of an older senator running in an election cycle where many expect a clamor for younger faces. Durbin himself clearly was worried that his retirement would be taken as a rallying cry for other aging lawmakers to hang it up already. It is. Yes. Pelosi, Schumer, McConnell, all you old fucks need to go away. Hang it up already, said the Chicago Tribune. Instead, he made it clear that was not his intent by highlighting his announcement on the ongoing vitality of his soon-to-be former colleagues Chuck Grassley, and Bernie Sanders. What is next? Durbin's departure is expected to set off a flurry of activity among a scrum of would-be successors from both major parties, Fox News said. How his replacement battle shakes out will indicate whether the Democratic Party has learned from its drubbing. I don't know what these quotes are. I'm going to link the article so you can see. I don't understand what these phrases are supposed to mean and why this article is written so weird. It looks like it was written by AI and it just took like a lot of clips from a lot of different articles about this and just like shoved them all together. This is so weird. Learned from the 2024, the Wall Street Journal. No moderate himself, Durbin's retirement will test the appetite of Illinois Democrats for a more combative leftism in the style of Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I said her name was going to come up. The race to replace Durbin will have seismic effects on Illinois politics. Given the long roster of Democrats who have been jockeying since last year to position themselves as his heir apparent. His exit also creates an opening, albeit a long shot one, for Republicans to pick up one of Illinois' genuine plum political posts. These quotes are so strange, man. I don't get it. Why is it written like this? Clearly, I did no prep work before I started the show. Shortly after Durbin's announcement, Illinois Lieutenant Governor Julia Stratton became the first contender to officially enter what many expect to be a jam-packed field of candidates vying to replace him. There are at least a dozen names I think are serious, Durbin said to the radio station, with an even larger number who have approached him expressing interest in running. The race could ultimately become an expensive headache for Senate Democrats, already preparing for bruising primaries in Michigan, Minnesota. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse of Rhode Island is expected to replace Durbin as the top-ranking Democrat on the powerful Judiciary Committee. Whitehouse is seen as more combative and more willing to play hardball with a cadre of aggressive young Republicans on the panel. Good. We need Democrats who are willing to play hardball because the Republicans are not playing softball. That's what we need to keep in mind here. And anybody who's going to be vying for these seats, I think should definitely be under the age of 50. Like our world leaders, like our president is what, 86? 80 years old, leaving the Senate. How old is Chuck Schumer? Like, this is ridiculous. But anyway, I digress. This is good. This is people recognizing that they need to step down from public office and that they're too old. It would have been nice if Biden did it. It would be nice if Pelosi would do it. It would be nice if Schumer and McConnell would do it. So, also Trump's too old too. Anyway, that's all I got for this one.